Times are absolutely getting wild, bros. I'm sure you guys have encountered the news lately, Israel, Iran, but also at the same time, all these no king protests about to start popping up all over the country. I am not specifically, happy with any of that information, but, it is what it is, and always be prepared for the worst here. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to actually build a fire, kind of in any scenario, obviously, just in case you do have to get out there, let's say, and you need to feed your family. All right. And so basically what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and pull up to our normal location really quickly. It's outside, as safe as humanly possible to go ahead and show you guys some of the things. The next video that we're actually planning, we're going to go ahead and show you guys kind of what's in my go bag type of thing. Just in case something happens, to make sure that we can at all times keep our family safe, be able to feed ourselves, etc., etc., and keep the opposition away from us, obviously. Those who are kind of in league with the big bad guys, let's say, trying to take all our stuff. But either way, I'll be back when we pull up. All right, so it definitely looks like we have the waterfall to ourselves today. Super hype. A couple of you guys have asked me, what is the name of this place? This is the name of this place. There you go. There's some more information right there. It's in Fate County, Georgia. Definitely looks like we have the park to ourselves, so I'll show you guys around it because you guys asked me the last time. So basically what this was a grist mill. This is from the 1800s. Can you see the beauty there? There you go. More of the ancient structures, let's say. And of course someone is in the same exact spot I was looking for the last time, but it's fine. We're gonna go down here and see what's happening here. Can we? No, we can't get through here. We can't get through here. We're too big. All right, let's just back up. It's just a guy walking his dog. Let's leave him alone. Some type of porta potty. I would never. I'm gonna be honest. Never. It probably smells terrible inside there, guys. I'm not opening that. One person in a previous video asked me about this specific structure, so let's go ahead and get to it. Called it a deep storage. Guys, I have no idea what this is or what it was. It looks like an outhouse, actually. It looks like a really old outhouse. I'm gonna go ahead and speculate that this thing right here is just a really old outhouse. I see that there's like a seat. There's like a seat on the bottom here. It's somewhat visible in person here. And just completely overgrown. It's an outhouse. I'm not gonna focus too much on a weird old outhouse, guys. Yeah, but it definitely looks like that. I definitely want to find like the most shaded of the shaded areas, guys, because it is absolutely beaming out here. And this is the waterfall. Guys, it's really just like a dam. I think that's what they're calling it here. It's a dam, but obviously it looks like a waterfall. So let's just go ahead and say, for the sole purpose of the video, it's a waterfall. Okay. I think we're gonna take this one on this corner right over here. All right. Ow, that hurt so bad, bro. Guys, always be careful with knives. Like, I've been trying to get this cut healed forever now, and it just doesn't seem like it wants to heal. But I do understand it was very deep. Again, I mean very, very deep. Definitely, you could basically see the muscle type of thing underneath. This is what we're in today.
Jeep Gladiator Mojave. We're on 35s. Like, this is my main Jeep. I love this Jeep. This is my favorite Jeep. I've taken it to probably the most places. It's gotten a couple of badge of honors. Like, it has gotten into places where I did not expect a Gladiator was going to be able to get into, but it has in fact done that, and I'm surprised by that. So respect for Jeep. So we have a couple more badges. We just haven't put the other badges onto the Jeep, but yeah. Okay. All right. So we got everything. All right, so everything for the most part is now set up. We're gonna go ahead and get the solid fuel burner. Cool. Tablet. Bush pot. All right, so we have three options actually. All right, so what we can do is we can use paraffin wax, cheese wheel things, right? These are amazing to have. Why? Because the outside of it is wax, guys, right? So make sure you keep all of those. Also beeswax. All right, so we're gonna light the solid fuel burner, put the bush pot on top. We're gonna go ahead and drop in our wax. I generally don't like mixing beeswax with paraffin, but you can do all of these separately and it'll basically do all the same thing. But for the most part, beeswax helps it burn just a little bit slower. All right, beeswax. All right, so we definitely have a couple of options here. While that melts, we're gonna move off of that. A couple of options here. Either we can do like makeup removers, right? These are always something that is going to basically light kind of no matter what situation you're in, as long as you have a knife, basically. You can actually light these things with ferro rods, so that's a cool thing, right? The fact that actually is a working thing, but you'll have to obviously cut it open in order for that to happen, but it will definitely function. Let's go ahead and actually eat a cheese wheel, guys, because these things are delicious. These things are absolutely delicious. They don't really hold well in the heat, though. Understand that, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? The cheese. I'm gonna dump that into the melting pot as that melts. So basically, this falls under, you know, remaining prepared for things, guys. Being prepared for things. So you preemptively build these things. So obviously, while you have the ability to, you know, light it on fire, the smart thing to do would be to make things for situations and scenarios where you obviously won't have the ability to do so, guys. So I guess it's the concept of prepping in the first place, guys, right? Okay, so actually while we're doing this, we can actually start shaving the wood. So for example, when I'm doing any of these type of fire starters, I always want to make sure that I have Fatwood almost exclusively. Fatwood burns very fast. We have the Smith's shaver, wood shaver. And all we're doing is filling the cup basically with, oh no, oh, it's already full. Perfect. Don't worry, I'm gonna have to refill it in a moment. But you can just keep filling it, obviously, with Fatwood shavings. Inside of these fire starters, you can use hemp rope, you can use char cloth, you can make your own charcoal. There are so many options to actually make it so these fire starters are absolutely amazing, guys. We're almost there. It's almost melted. I got one more cheese wheel. Let me go and eat that cheese wheel because I'm fat. How many calories are in these things? I should probably care a little bit more than I do. But either way, let's go ahead and not litter. Why are these, guys, what is inside of these things? What is this? I don't know. I never even researched to figure out what these things are, but they're just delicious. I'm not like a cheese guy or anything like that. At all. But these are delicious. I gotta go make a stir, so I'm gonna go grab some wood. You're not gonna see me for a second. Actually, really far. I don't want to mess with these geese. Let these geese live their life. I may actually have to mess with the geese. Matter of fact, geese, hold on. All right, so we do have a piece of wood here. Do I have a knife? I do have a knife. I do have a blade. Another blade by Bakor. I spoke about them in one of my previous videos. I absolutely love the build quality of these blades. 8.3 inches, DC 53. Look at the thickness of the blade. The sharpness is obviously razor sharp, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and process this small piece of wood. That'll do, pig. No, it won't. We're gonna go ahead and call this my stirrer. This is just to stir the wax. We just had a visitor. We didn't really speak much, but he's just hanging out with his son at the waterfall. I think we're almost there. There's something about like being outside and just like getting hungry. It's the craziest thing in the world, guys. Like, guys, what is it about like the natural, I don't know, like being outside that just makes you starving? Okay, I mean, I don't know. I brought something just in case I got hungry, and so I guess we're gonna end up having to probably cook that eventually. This is literally real time showing you about how long it takes. I mean, guys, don't get me wrong. It did the job, right? One singular fuel absolutely melted out all of the paraffin. Yeah, there are no more chunks in here. Okay, so I think we're ready. Go ahead and grab our handy wood shavings, our fat wood shavings. Let's go ahead and put some of these fat wood shavings into the container. I think we're gonna probably be able to make like 2. You can also add like, as a matter of fact, hold on. Before it starts cooling, go ahead and pull out our next torch Pioneer, and we're gonna cut pieces of fat wood and just put a couple of them, kind of like a wick, right? I would say make it like a wick standing up. So let's go ahead and shave some more. Be right back. Hopefully the wax doesn't melt. Okay, so now we got some a little bit more fresh wood, and because this one is low, we're just gonna add the chunks, some chunks of fat wood into the mixture here, guys, and then obviously still make a wick. Just something standing up inside of here, guys. Now the next step is needle nose pliers. Grab tightly on one side, obviously. We're gonna start the process of dumping the wax into there. Okay, my wick fell, don't worry, I'll pick it up in a second. And now from here, do the same. Now the next fire starter will be 2 makeup removers into the mixture here. All right, and now we pull out the makeup removers and just dump them onto the surface. These are much, much easier. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're gonna burn as crazy, but they're definitely gonna burn, guys. And don't worry, guys, we're gonna go ahead and remove all of the additional wax from the surface so we don't make our problems someone else's problems. You get what I'm saying here, guys? And this has to be moderately fast. You do want them to last even longer, but generally, 2 of these are perfectly fine to use because they are, in fact, going to light any fire, and of course they're waterproof. Here, an example. Let's just do a really big one, guys. A really big one would be 3 pieces, 3 of these cotton makeup removers. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that they are properly soaked, guys, properly soaked. And as a matter of fact, from the shavings that we just used for making our stir, let's go ahead and dump that into there too. And we'll make another emergency one, let's say. Guys, you can do the same thing out of pine cones also, which is incredibly intriguing. But this is just the methodology behind it. So now we have another one of these that's a little bit full. Just make sure you leave some for you to be able to light, right? So I think that will actually, all right, and that's it. Okay, now let's go ahead and let that cure. Now this is officially my wax cooker, let's say. There are multiple methods also that do not take any actual curing or wax that most people have anyway. A little sauce cup, ball of cotton. You're gonna go ahead and get it really good inside of the Vaseline. And I mean really, really good in there. It needs to be completely covered. Next step, dunk it inside of there. Now go ahead and grab another one. Do the same thing. So when you're ready to use it, you're just gonna pull one of them out. You can stack it up, guys, but when you're ready to use it, pull one of them out, kind of open it up a little bit, and it will immediately incinerate, guys. These cotton makeup removers, you're gonna do the same exact thing. So there are many ways to be able to start a gigantic inferno, specifically if you are in the middle of nowhere and you need some type of heat source or the ability to cook. These are the ways. And a super interesting one, specifically if you're like a woman, couldn't get this nonsense off my hands really quick. I don't need to be this shiny. I get it, but I don't need to be this shiny. It's one of these things, guys. I have no idea the procedure of how to use one of these, but let's just find out, guys. What is flammable? Okay, so this button goes up. Okay, that goes, okay, so I don't know. One of these things, okay? Like one of these cotton torpedoes. All right, so we got the cotton torpedo. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull the knife out. Okay, so it opens up. Okay, let me look at the science first here. Okay, so yeah, let's break that open. This side here, let's go ahead and break that side open so we can get some frayed ends, let's say. And now we're gonna light with a ferro rod. Attempt to, at least. See how long it takes. Oh, it's immediate. It's already on fire. Yeah, it's perfect, guys. That's a perfect fire starter. Yeah, it's burning so hot you don't even see the flame, guys, but trust me when I say. So it basically works similar to a charred cloth, where you can at least get the ember, and then you can kind of bellow it up into a flame. So that's actually amazing, guys. Let's go ahead and dab that out. So there are like 2 of these things here. I would lather one of them in Vaseline, just so we can maintain a long flame at least. Will it light with a ferro rod? Absolutely. Now, the ones that we just created here are not under any circumstance going to light with a ferro rod, guys. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and test it here. So the Vaseline method with any type of cotton method absolutely is something that's going to function kind of well, and it'll always function well, let's say. You are not going to be able to light it with a ferro rod. I'll tell you this right now, unless you break it up. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to show you how the functionality works, so we don't waste anyone's time here. This video is getting long, guys. But generally, when I'm out in the woods, I always have a lighter kind of with some type of duct tape for the sole purpose of it has petroleum jelly in it, so it's similar to the Vaseline. Let's go ahead and cut a piece off of duct tape, kind of put it together like that. We're going to go ahead and light the duct tape on fire. So now we have a flame. It lit instantly. It's very flammable, guys. When it has something to combust against, it basically will, for the most part, always be flammable. So as long as it's like cotton oriented, as you see here, that's going to light beautifully. Let's go ahead and add something like this in to see if the methodology functions, and obviously it does. And it'll stay burning longer than I would say most fire starters you'll get on Amazon, to be honest here. This specific one, and it's very simple, very easy. It doesn't care about wind. It doesn't care about water so much. But it will 100% burn beautifully. It will do that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and dump that into the sand. All right, that is out now. We're going to pick that up before we leave. The next one is going to be Fatwood. Oh no! Let's go ahead and kind of put the knife here a little bit so we can kind of expose the insides a little bit. Hold on, guys. Where's my wick at? This is my wick. All right, so let's go ahead and put that back down there. All right. Now, guys, I've never been able to light one of these with a ferro rod, so I'm not even going to go ahead and try this time. I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to light it. And basically, once the Fatwood catches, it's going to act kind of as a candle. So now everything is going to start to light. The fumes from the paraffin are basically flammable, so that's what actually lights on fire. And the same thing with kind of the beeswax. The beeswax is going to slow the process of the burn down. And this should last, without a doubt, for about 35 minutes. So if that can't light your fire, then I'm not sure whatever you're burning has the ability to burn, guys. That's basically what that is. All right, so let's go ahead and put that out because we don't need to waste it. But the whole thing is going to completely disintegrate. And then as it's burning, it starts kind of like boiling or so, and then the wax itself spreads all over the wood. And that's the beauty of that, guys. Because again, the fumes of the melted wax are flammable, right? So that works by lighting everything on fire immediately. The next one is one of these here that we made earlier, because you want to expose the fibers, right? So now we have the fibers exposed. All right, so now that we have the fibers exposed, we're going to go ahead and light the fibers on fire. I generally like to do a shape like that or so. All right, so now we're just gonna light it on fire. Hold the flame for about 5 seconds. It should melt through the wax, the very thick wax that we've added here. And this one here will burn for about 20 to 30 minutes or so. So depending on how much space you have in your pack, either of these are going to 100% light anything you are trying to light on fire, basically. Another cool usage for these type of things would be utilizing the flame itself that comes from these long burning items as a solid fuel type of fuel, because again, guys, it lasts almost as long as one of these tablets do, right? So you may not need to keep buying these if you start making these, right? This definitely will last that. It will definitely do that, guys. As you see, it's burning anything you want to burn. If you wanted to cook on it, you can cook on it. So let's go ahead and do the wind test. There you go. So you can literally dump any of these into water and you're basically fine. The way you're going to light this on fire is by cutting it. And when you cut it, you're going to have access to the dry area, which will light immediately. So that's kind of the methodology behind that one there. And also, guys, this is why a lot of DIY fire starters are starting specifically with the base of paraffin wax. But what's making it burn, I would say, kind of even more so like this, is definitely the added beeswax. I'll tell you that right now. Let's try to put it out. I have some water in here. That's what she said. Is it still on fire, guys? It's lit and it's still on fire. When I say this is probably the better of the better of the better fire starters, I mean that, guys. It should go out now. It should go out now. All right, did it go out? Okay, good. Okay. All right, so today, just electric stove. We're gonna go ahead and we're running a Jackery 1000, Explorer 1000. Let's go ahead and get some water into my pan. We're just gonna go ahead and make some ramen, guys, because fast. Let's see if this can boil some water. Let's go ahead and put that on number 4. It's using 948 watts. This says that we can basically cook for 0.6 of an hour. We will definitely not need that length of time. So, guys, it is always so hot. But again, I still would definitely prefer being outside no matter what, even if it's in this like sweltering, kind of ridiculous heat, than being inside. But yeah, guys, this is just my labor of love, guys. Trying to make sure you guys are prepared for things. Not being alone in the middle of nowhere. This is like, you know, this is great, actually, being able to feel like I'm not specifically alone. I got you guys here, and that's amazing. I think I'm gonna start fishing again. I think it's probably mandatory that I start doing that. Do like some catch and clean type of scenarios or something, guys. Is it boiling yet? Yeah, it looks to be boiling. It looks to be doing something, at least. Something that looks like nothing. Just some super quick ramen. Not a big cooking day. Nothing, just fast. This is cool to the touch. Let's go ahead and dump in the scalding hot water. All right, and there we go. Let's go ahead and shut that off now. How much power do we have left? 37%. We got an hour. Okay, it's cool. That's cool. I don't need, bro. Listen, I needed you for the moment. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. I'll throw you on a solar in a moment. Basically, just pack this up. We just use water for it, so let it cool off. Guys, again, nothing special, just some ramen. It's always a good day. But guys, I'm going to eat my food. I'll catch you next week.